as the sun sets over the beautiful campus of Michigan State University. Let's have some fun at the Mun. Hi again, everybody. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. Reagan Cleaves alongside Michael Rosenkrantz. So happy to have you guys with us this afternoon. Central Michigan and Michigan State dueling it out in a battle of US 127. Michael, it's been a long time coming, but we're finally here at Mun.
It's finally happening. I never thought I'd live to see the day where I'd get to the Mun to call a game with you, Reagan. What a beautiful barn we're sitting in. And there's no better place than an NCAA Division I barn to play at if you're Central Michigan or Michigan State. It's going to be a blast tonight.
Indeed, these two teams, long rivals, have played since the inaugural season of Chippewa hockey back in 2013-2014, at least at the Division III level. These two teams have a long history. 6-11 are the Chippewas in their previous 17 matchups. However, CMU has the edge in the games that matter most. They're 2-0 in Vezina Cup finals and men's Division III regionals, but those happened a long time ago, and it's been a vastly different series since, both teams splitting the last 4 games.
It has been. It's kind of been a back-and-forth series the last 2 times for both of these teams, so a little bit of a pattern seeing a sweep on one end and a sweep on another end, Reagan. So maybe you can establish something here tonight and clean up some of the little things from a weekend ago against Grand Valley to start exerting some of that dominance that you showed a couple seasons ago.
And speaking of that game last weekend against GVSU, you kind of want to clear the table. You kind of want to clear it from your mind. 7-4 loss on Friday, 6-1 loss at home on at Marty, snapping what was a fantastic streak of at home for CMU. 6 wins dating back to a year ago, and unfortunately was snapped against GVSU. It was, again, another early lead. Special teams were a lot better, though, in that game.
Yes, they were, Reagan, and maybe that could be something to build towards today. You want to see those special teams get off on a positive momentum, and that happened over this weekend for Central Michigan. Over the weekend, they went 11 for 14 on the PK, which not too bad in terms of the PK, so a little bit of things to clean up there and as on the power plays to try and get something established. But over the weekend, much better on the special teams for Central Michigan. And although it's still early in the season, they still have a lot of time to work out with and establish some of that special team work.
Yeah, indeed, that special teams penalty kill unit is especially perfect on Saturday. The first time they've been perfect all season. They had given up power play goals in their first 3 games, but they were able to hold GVSU off the board. It was a potent power play that we saw on Friday night. CMU was able to hold them off on Saturday. But turning the tide from the team as a whole, let's talk about Ryan Grollo. He scored his first career ACHA goal in that 6-1 loss, the only goal for the Chippewas, and boy, was it a gritty goal, and it's kind of been his mojo through the first couple of games this season.
It really has. In talking with head coach Brennan Martin just before the game here today, he really told me that he's been working very hard since his freshman year, just starting here at CMU. And it was just kind of one of those gritty type of goals, again, that you really want to see, especially from some of your young guys who are working up the ranks and trying to establish a firm roster spot on this team. So it felt really good for Ryan Grollo to get his first goal with some family watching. Feels good to always get those first game goal jitters out of the way. And now with that out of the way, hopefully it can be a surge only up from here.
Indeed, you can certainly see the excitement on Ryan's face and in his body language after he scored that goal. Exuberance, to say the least, after getting his first career goal. He's only played 7 games in his career, and boy, is he shone bright in just that small sample. Played every game this season, and we hope to see a little bit more out of him as we go on. That loss puts CMU at 1-3 on the year. They sit 5th in the MCHC East, behind, in order, Lawrence Tech, Oakland, Michigan, and then Michigan Flint sits just above them. LTU, the defending national champions, 3-0 to start the year. Exactly where we thought they would leave off. And then Oakland and Michigan also off to good starts.
They have been off to good starts. Those teams that have made national tournament appearances or have been very close in the MCHC playoffs, they're all starting off on the right foot, and they want to get back to nationals as quick as they can. They got to go through a hard road to get to nationals, and we talk about it a lot, Reagan. In order to get to nationals, you're going to have to play the tough teams. For Central Michigan, it's another tough test tonight, but for those opponents such as Lawrence Tech, Oakland, and Michigan, all three of them, they haven't lost a game so far, so all of them on the right foot and certainly the right momentum to get back to St. Louis.
Yeah, indeed. Only a couple of teams in action this weekend. Oakland takes on Trine Friday, Saturday, before Trine then travels to Adrian to take Adrian on Sunday. That game tonight is at 9 p.m. and out in Oakland, and 2 p.m. tomorrow down in Angola, Indiana. And then you got Michigan Flint taking on Men's Division II Schoolcraft, which is a team M2 Central Michigan fans will see later on this year.
They will. M2 Schoolcraft will be playing Central Michigan later, and this will be a good test for Michigan Flint, playing a D2 school, and they've played the most games out of anybody in the MCHC East so far at 6 games. They're 500 on the season so far, but this is sort of a game that's a good test for Michigan Flint to see where they stand at playing against, the higher division level where the talent's a little bit different. So it'll be a really good test for them to kind of see the sample size of where they contest against the more difficult opponents down the line.
Yeah, and as much as Michigan Flint has played their same school in Ann Arbor hasn't played very much. The University of Michigan's D3 club team only getting 1 game under their belt. They beat, I believe it was...
I want to say it was Dartmouth.
Yes, it was Dartmouth. Thank you. Blanked on that one for a second, but yeah, they beat Dartmouth very handily, roughly 5-1 in that game, and then they were scheduled to play Concordia of Ann Arbor in a crosstown rivalry this weekend, but those 2 games were canceled, so Michigan will remain inactive tonight. Again, Oakland taking on Trine. Trine travels to Adrian on Sunday, and then Michigan Flint taking on M2 Schoolcraft here this weekend, and those are that's your look around the MCHC East. We'll step aside. We'll come back, take a look at the 2 teams that just concluded warm-ups down behind us, CMU and Michigan State. This is the pregame show on CCHN. Back here inside Mud Ice Arena, Reagan Cleaves and Michael Rosenkrantz ahead of tonight's MCHC matchup, Central Michigan and Michigan State here at Mud Ice Arena. Happy to have you along with us. Taking a look at these 2 teams tonight, Michael. CMU enters in 1-3, one of their worst starts in as long as I can remember. And most of that struggles have come on the road. They have lost 8 consecutive games on the road. What do they need to do to turn that around tonight?
The road has certainly not been the Chippewas' best friend as of late, Reagan. I think a lot of that starts with cleaning up some of the little things that have transpired on the road. Sometimes in the past you might have seen the Chippewas sort of play a dump and chase offense and maybe reach out their stick to the puck and not being able to move their feet first. I definitely think they got to move their feet first and really put forth an effort of skating to the puck first. And quite frankly, when your goalie's standing on his head, you got to help him out and try and get that puck out of the zone. But in order to do that, you got to win the race to the puck first, and you got to be able to match the pace of play on the road. And it's just the little things that Central Michigan has to clean up in order to try and get a chance on the road. But it's better than nothing. Little things can be fixed, so they can hope to do that. Hopefully they can get something going with that tonight.
Yeah, indeed. And to CMU's credit, it's been a gauntlet on the road the last couple of years. Those include 2 road games against Grand Valley State and Florida Gulf Coast, respectively. Toward the end of the year, they played Oakland and Michigan, 2 teams that very well could have made the national tournament last year if not for auto bids and other qualifications to get into nationals. They were very good teams, especially toward the end of that campaign. And that's compared to a 6-1 streak in their last 7 games at home. So they've been a very different team on the on home ice and on the road. Taking a look kind of at the leaders of this team, Connor Morgan, who was named an alternate captain this year, he has been fantastic, leading the team not only in points but also in assists.
He really has, Reagan. This has been a good time for Connor Morgan to step up and show why he deserves to wear that A on his sweater. He's really been holding himself accountable and taking a good leadership role onto this team so far, and that's a good motivation booster for especially these younger guys who are still trying to get plenty of ice time on the ice. And, there's some things that you can learn from Connor Morgan, and his leadership quality is definitely showing on the ice as of late.
Yeah, indeed. And he has to lead his Chippewas against a team that went 17-6-0-1 a year ago and is starting their 24-25 campaign tonight here at Munn. Michigan State usually starts their season a little bit later, and for the last 2 years, they've done it against Central Michigan, including this season. And last year was a milestone event for MSU. One of the first seasons in a long time. They were without head coach Don Headley. He takes a step back from that head coaching role, and MSU not only doesn't miss a beat, they improve and make it to nationals for the first time since 2018.
It was a huge motivation booster for Michigan State to get to that national tournament for the first time in 5 years. Their season might be starting a little later than usual, Reagan, but expect them to play with a lot of energy going into that, knowing that they made the nationals. They can certainly make it back here. And Don Headley, a great coach for Michigan State, been here for a long time, well respected throughout the MCHC and the ACHA. And for Michigan State, they keep finding ways to improve, and particularly one of the things that I noticed is their goaltending situation. Although they did lose Bryn Sommerfeld, they did bring on a young sophomore, Joaquin Robinson, but you also do bring back the likes of Gavin Brady and Ryan Smith, two of the greatest goaltenders, two leading goaltenders here for Michigan State, particularly Ryan Smith, will be a tough test here tonight.
Yeah, Smith posted a 141 goals against average in a healthy sample of games last season, so he'll be a good one to watch here tonight. All-time series between these two teams, Michigan State leads it 11-6. They dominated, especially early on in the first couple of seasons. They were a national power right around that time, and they dominated against the Chippewas, but in recent years it's been a very evenly split. They've in fact split the last two series between the two teams, sweep by CMU back in 21, and then last year sweep by Michigan State. We'll take a look closer at the impact players tonight when we come back. You're watching the Chippewa pregame show on CCHN. Welcome back inside Munn Ice Arena. Reagan Cleaves, Michael Rosenkrantz here on the pregame show presented by OptumX Sports. Michael, tonight CMU obviously coming in off of that sweep, but they're going to look to some veteran leaders, Connor Morgan and Isaac Gibbs, to take them that extra to take them that extra distance against Michigan State here tonight.
They are, and the leadership of Connor Morgan and Isaac Gibbs are exactly what the Chippewas need right now. Not off to the ideal start, as you mentioned, coming in at 1-3 in tonight's game, but there again, this is very early in the season. There's still plenty of time and plenty of room to improve, and again, the little things are better than cleaning up some of the more larger things that you need to work on. And Connor Morgan, as we mentioned already, in his 4 games played, he has 3 goals, 2 assists on the campaign for his 5 total points. He currently leads the team in points, and then with the return of Isaac Gibbs, he's coming in off of getting his first goal of the campaign coming in on Friday when the Chippewas were at Griff's Georgetown. He has 4 points on the campaign with 1 goal and 3 assists. Isaac Gibbs, we talk about him a lot. He's the kind of playmaker that the Chippewas need. He always seems to create chances in some way or another for this Chippewa team, and it's going to be on the Chippewa offense to look to create those chances for him and to be able to provide some scoring chances down the line here in this game.
Yeah, it's certainly been good to see Isaac Gibbs back in the lineup and back being a productive player on the Central Michigan team. Missed most of the second half of the season a year ago. Good to see him back on the ice. And on the other hand, Michigan State loses one of their biggest stars of all of their entire program history in Logan McGivern. Led the team in assists and points a year ago, but the man right behind him, Jack Siasi, is right back in the roster this season.
He is, and Jack Siasi is going to be a huge component in replacing Logan McGivern. I believe McGivern had somewhere around 49 points last year, leading scorer for Michigan State. You talk about a natural playmaker, McGivern was that natural playmaker for Michigan State. Siasi is a great replacement for the Spartans, coming in with his 36 points on the season a year ago at 17 goals, 19 assists. And he's another one of those players that seems to be all over the ice for Michigan State, laying the body during the boards and creating those scoring chances. Got great speed to get down the ice, and he's not one of those guys that if he gets behind the defense, he's going to miss very often. So the Chippewas will have to keep a keen eye on Siasi here tonight.
And then back in the crease for Michigan State, Ryan Smith kind of split time with Bryn Sommerfeld last year, but he played just as well with him. We already mentioned his 1.41 goals against average, but he's going to be a tough nut to crack.
He really is. The Spartans lose Bryn Sommerfeld. He was the 4th best goaltender in the MCHC West a season ago, just below Ryan Smith for Michigan State. So you can kind of see the pattern that Michigan State has with goaltenders. They are a fierce goaltending team, and they returned 2 out of their 3 goaltenders in Ryan Smith and Gavin Brady. So they have that veteran presence in the crease for Michigan State. And Ryan Smith, you talk about it again, a .949 save percentage, Reagan. That's one of the highest that I certainly have seen in a long time for a D3 Spartans team that is riding off a lot of momentum off of getting to St. Louis last year.
Yeah, certainly an impressive bunch of players for Michigan State. Taking a look at our keys to the game, CMU, they have to help out their netminders. 57 shots in that second game against Grand Valley State. CMU only mustered 17. What else does CMU have to do tonight to pick up the win against Michigan State?
Well, you already talked about it with the shots, Reagan, and I think another big key tonight for Central Michigan is try your best to establish a strong power play. You saw Grand Valley a weekend ago. They like to use that umbrella style of power play that connected quite a lot when the Lakers got some players open in the slot and they were able to get some scoring chances on for the Chippewas. Doesn't necessarily have to be an umbrella style for the Chippewas, but at the same time, you would like to try and establish a strong power play and come through on the special teams that really has been struggling as of quite a bit, and hopefully complement your PK side of things.
Yeah, in that last game against Grand Valley State, power play went 0 for 4. Penalty kill, though, went 6 for 6. So some improvement on the penalty kill side. Chippewas will hope to take some advantage of some of those power plays that Michigan State's bound to give them here tonight. We'll step aside. We're just about 5 minutes away from puck drop here from Munn. You're watching the Chippewa pregame show here on CCHN. Here we go. Welcome back inside Mon Ice Arena. Reagan Cleaves, Michael Rosencrantz getting you set for the puck drop of this one here tonight in the opulent Mon. CMU and Michigan State going at it. Michael, let's take a look at the starting netminders.
And goaltenders we shall. Starting off for your Central Michigan Chippewas, they turn once again to Caleb Woolery. Now in his fourth game for Central Michigan tonight, he comes in with a 1-2 record, .428 goals against average, and an .887 save percentage. For the Spartans, they turn to Ryan Smith, making his first start on the year. 141 goals against average, .949 save percentage a year ago.
Here we go. The puck is dropped. We are underway. Michigan State working from right to left, and they win the face-off, dump it in. Spartans wearing those white home uniforms with black and green trim. The last game they played was back at the national tournament when they tied Central Maine Community College to end their hopes of making it to the national semifinal. They're defending home ice to our right. CMU traveling left to right, attacking Ryan Smith in that goal mouth. They're wearing the road maroon uniforms. This one goes for icing, 30 seconds into the contest. So that CMU line that started out with Siraki, Campbell, and Morgan, Gilgren, and Martin has to stay out there. Meanwhile, Michigan State can change their lines.
Michigan State gets a fresh change, quick start already to this hockey game. 30 seconds in, Michigan State getting their first look in the offensive zone, where Central Michigan has to do their best to try and help their goalie out.
Draw one by Morgan. He's able to clear it back to Josh Gilgren, who will pinwheel in his own end and flip it across the way. This Michigan State team last year got an early jump on CMU at Suburban Ice Arena and did not look back. They outscored CMU in that series 6-1, including a shutout victory. The last time CMU was shut out last year. CMU trying to work the puck out of their zone, can't do it. Kept in at the left point by Strayecki. Bouncing puck corralled by Siraki. He takes a tumble and Strayecki pokes it back defensively here. Over a minute gone in this first period. Reagan Cleaves and Michael Rosencrantz with you here from Mon Ice Arena on a hectic weekend here at East Lansing. Stepping over the line, Strayecki to the outside, protects the puck, lost it, goes behind the net. Rubbed off it there by the captain, Martin. Dropped it back into the corner for Fracassi. Fracassi back up top. It's taken by Gingola. His shot, save, rebound, loose out in front, cleared to the corner. Will be taken by Fracassi again. Poked just past him, Chase Johnson, wearing number 13. Yet again, as CMU still waiting on those uniforms to come in. Bouncing puck. Johnson able to clear it to the line and out. Look out. He's got a 2-on-1 developing with Hopp. Johnson down the right wing. Dangles to the outside. Drops it back for Hopp in front, and he cleared it over top of the goal. A great opportunity there for CMU early. Less than 2 minutes in, but Hopp can't capitalize.
That's a good play there by Sam Camara, able to chip the puck ahead for that 2-on-1. Great find from Jace Johnson, who's been able to streak down the ice for the Chippewas. Try and hit Hopp on the back door, but couldn't get it to go.
Boy, has Jace been good this season for CMU, Michael, getting a couple of scoring opportunities. He's scored in that GVSU series on a really pretty breakaway in that third period. Look out. Hutton steps into the left circle. His shot goes wide. Rebound behind the net. Scooped up. Here's a shot save. Rebound loose out in front. It's cleared behind the net. Nick Kuhn with that opportunity, wearing Nick Wilson's 31 here this afternoon. Just over 3 minutes gone. Puck free at the side of the Michigan State net. It's cleared back out to center. This will trickle all the way down into the CMU end. Bowerson couldn't handle it center ice, so he'll have to play it out of his own zone. Got it to the blue line, but not out. A race across the way. Josh Smith will get it there for Michigan State. Hopped off the high glass. And it's loose along the far corner boards. Bishop poked it free, kept it at the right point by Matthew Rowe. He swings it around the near side. 16:48 remaining in the opening frame. Behind the net, Holman. The alternate captain swings it up top. Here's a shot from the top of the right circle, saved by Woolery. And it will go into the corner where Cole will slide it up to Siasi. Bouncing puck cleared back out to center ice. Siasi back to the near side. 3.5 gone in this opening period. Scoreless thus far from Munn. Cutting through center. Marsalo poked to the outside. Shot went wide of goal, and it hit the referee in the corner, but a collision in front. Woolery run into by Garrick Smith, and then it comes off its moorings.
Good way for CMU to slow the pace of play down just a little bit here. for Caleb Woolery to get a little bit of a deep breath going. Good scoring opportunities both for Central Michigan and Michigan State. I like the defensive pressure that Central Michigan has been doing, keeping 2 guys back for Michigan State when they get it into the maroon and gold offensive zone.
A little bit of confusion on where the faceoff would be. It was determined that CMU knocked the net off its mooring, so draw to the left of Woolery. One up top, but going to be controlled by Anses, and he'll have to chase it back into his own end. Martin out at center ice. Armentrout has it at the red line. He'll charge up the left wing, cross the zone, and fire it on goal, and Ryan Smith has to make his first grab of the evening. He was very solid a year ago, won 5 straight games from December 3rd through December 5th. Pretty long streak, matched that of Caleb Woolery's winning streak last season toward the end of the campaign. Siasi working up the left wing for Michigan State, fires it across, loose in the right wing circle. Verrier, his shot, he scores! Nick Verrier gets MSU on the board. 4-11 into this opening period.
That comes off of a face-off down back in Michigan State's end there, and a good effort there by Michigan State to stay with that puck. Siasi able to work it up the left wing, swing it across the timeline to Verrier, who just rips a shot past the glove side for Caleb Woolery, and MSU strikes first here at Mon.
Verrier, that's his first career ACHA goal. Tallied only 6 last year with the West Dundee Leafs, the Central States Developmental Hockey League. Went to the national tournament where he posted 3 goals in just 5 games. They're out to a semifinal loss for the Leafs. Only Leaf team to get anywhere in the playoffs last year. Bodies tumble in the corner. It's pulled free by MSU as they are defending a 1-0 lead and almost had numbers the other way, but it couldn't be handled at center by Jacob Gangola. Back at center, Chippewas throw it in. Back to the Michigan State end, where it will be taken by Wabenga. Up on the left wing, it's sent rink wide. Gangola back across, tried to find a man in front, but he's offsides there with Kerskadian. And we'll have a stoppage of play with 4:58 gone.
One of the big keys this game for Central Michigan, Reagan, is to be in the present moment. From a weekend ago, it was a rough weekend, but now you turn to a new game, new day, and you know the old adage there, a bad day only is 24 hours, and each day is a new day for you to go out and try something new. Michigan State does strike first, but it's very early in this contest.
And for CMU, they don't do very well from playing from behind. Here's Michigan State stepping over the line, left circle, fought off. There is Joe Murray. He's back in the corner, rolls in on Woolery, and he has to pounce on it at the side of the net, and we've got a little kerfuffle behind the net with Burkhart for 14:41 remaining. But going back to my point, Michael, about playing from behind, CMU in this season has allowed the first goal 3 times. They're 1-2, but going back to last year, that record is worse, and for CMU, playing from behind has been tough.
It really has been tough, Reagan. It's not the way you want to start for Central Michigan, playing from behind, but this early in the contest, there's plenty of game to go. But in terms of playing from behind, it's been just little things that lead up to Central Michigan sort of having a domino effect later in these contests. So it's all about being able to bring a solid foundation to the beginning of these games when you start from behind.
Here's Jace Johnson in a 3-on-2, trying to split the defense, doesn't work, and it'll pop back into the near corner. Good opportunity there for the sophomore out of Brownsville, Michigan. Led the MHSAA in scoring his senior season with 75 points. Unable to produce that number last year. Granted, didn't play in a ton of games, but has certainly been a great addition to the CMU offense. Now he's got an opportunity up the left wing, protecting to the puck to the outside. He's hauled down, and no penalty called by the referee. Jay's pleading his case to the referee behind the net, but doesn't get anything. This puck goes up and out of play into the Michigan State bench across the way.
That's one of the things you got to love about Jace Johnson, though, his speed and ability to work down the wings for Central Michigan. Showing off his speed again there. A little bit of an interesting how there's not a penalty there. It looked like he got hooked from the legs, but nonetheless, Central Michigan and Michigan State plays on.
Face off at the big Spartan logo at center ice. We're on the visiting side of things, which is why the logo is upside down from our vantage point. Something you're seeing more often in college hockey is that split benches. Now, Michigan State on the attack once more, working in his call. His shot was denied by Woolery. Working in the corner. It's Smith protecting the puck to the outside. Shot, save, rebound, loose in the slot. Another save by Woolery. It's loose in the crease. They jam away at it. It's controlled. And look out, a mayhem out in front. Rowe putting a headlock by Josh Gilgren. And we'll see if we get any penalties out of it.
Good goal line stand by Caleb Woolery. Little extra contact on Caleb Woolery. Started the extracurriculars, and it looks like there's going to be it'll be Central Michigan going to the box. Looks like Josh Gilgren in there for Central Michigan for getting himself in that headlock to Michigan State, and MSU will have their first chance at a power play.
6:51. The time of the power play. Michigan State very unproductive on their power plays a year ago. Only 7 power play goals in just 43 games. 16% on the man advantage. They go to work. Here's a shot saved by Woolery. It pops into the corner. Sam Kamara boxing out his man. He goes down. Loose puck is picked up by the Spartans. Cutting into the right wing circle. It's loose out in front. Pop to the near side where it's handled there by Verrier. He's got the first goal of the game. It's back up top for Marsalo. Dropped it off, centering feed into the bottom of the right circle. Saved by Woolery. Flashes the leather and denies Holman on a beautiful opportunity. 28 seconds gone in the power play.
Great opportunity there from Dylan Holman. Able to get that shot just down below to the left of Caleb Woolery. Tries to roof it, and a great save by Caleb Woolery.
CMU 79% on the penalty kill thus far. Here's a shot, save, rebound, loose out in front of Woolery again. Cleared to the corner where the Spartans collect. Marsalo left point. He's got it, dangling high. Slot shot, bouncing just wide of Woolery. Back into the corner, Siasi has it. Left it off, there for Sears. It's Verrier, working up top. Big Ten logo, near side Marsalo, left point. He wheels and deals, shot just wide, rebound, caromed off the end boards. Almost like we're at Joe Louis Arena, and it's sent back down the ice by CMU. 54 seconds to go in the power play.
Central Michigan will get an opportunity to change here off of the clear, and it's quite frankly Central's first time of getting it out of their offensive zone in this penalty kill.
Working up the left wing, here's Strejecki on the power play with 38 seconds to go. He's just over the line, but Karskadian couldn't keep his skate on side, and there's a stoppage of play for offside.
Strejecki's got great speed up that left wing for Michigan State. He'll certainly be another one to watch out for throughout this hockey game, Reagan.
All be on the near side. It'll be dug in for by Karskadian and Morgan. Karskadian tied up Morgan and won the faceoff. Strejecki, rink-wide feed hard off the skate of Anderson. It'll be played back defensively by Gangola with 27 seconds to go on the Josh Gilgren penalty. Here's Strejecki working out of his own zone. He'll play it up the right wing for Gangola. Across that line, will work to the outside. Circling, great poke check there by Chris Martin to poke it free. Connor Morgan trying to scoop up the loose change. Can't do it though. Van Ittersum has it. Slides it near point Gangola. He wheels. Almost lost it to Siraki. He gets it back. He'll play it down the wall to Van Ittersum. Sidesteps a check, and it's cleared out to center by Brandon Clements. Good to see him back in the lineup after facing some injury early on in this season. Strejecki back over the line. Loose puck, hammered shot right on Woolery, and it's cleared by CMU. This will go down the ice for icing with 10:50 to go in the first.
That last clearing attempt by Central Michigan, it was a good back check there into the boards by Siraki. Able to clear it out down the end, and CMU is 1 for 1 on the penalty kill so far. The other half of their special teams, which has been the strongest thus far this season.
Indeed, their penalty kill and power play numbers couldn't be more night and day. 80% on the PK and 15% on the power play, which is just about where MSU sat a year ago. Another icing on CMU. And a couple more seconds tick off, and we'll throw it down the ice. underneath the shadow of the NCAA championship banners, 1966, 1986, and 2007 for the NCAA D1 Spartans. MSU tried to channel that magic a year ago when they won not only the Big Ten regular season, but also the Big Ten playoff championship in the tournament. Good save there by Woolery. It's kicked to the far corner. We'll get back to the Division I Spartans in a moment. Siraki charging down the left wing, beaten to it by his opposite number in Murray. Bowerson poking away at it at center. It collides there with Burkhart, and it falls into Spartan hands. 10:20 to go in the first period. Reagan Cleves, Michael Rosenkrantz with you here from Munn. Rapoon feeds it up the left wing. Siraki rocks his man at center. That's Siasi. He goes down, and Siraki goes off for a change. It's the effort you love to see from Siraki. Out of Northville, Michigan. He takes a seat on the bench. Chippewas have to defend here. Rapoon tied up in the corner with Burkhart. Chippewas come away with it, though, out at center. Kuhn protecting the puck. Onside, Bishop bounces it for Campbell. It's loose in front, and it was put just wide by Kuhn. Another opportunity taken away here by Michigan State. They're up the wing. Call to the outside. Lets a shot go. Save. Rebound. Back in the corner. Another feed out in front. It's loose. Poked just wide there by Burkhart. Kuhn trying to work it out for CMU. Can't do it. Pulled free by Call. Dangling to the front. Knocked off his stick there by Bowerson. And it's cleared to the far side where Bishop will try to flip it on ahead. Couldn't get it fully past Marsalo. And the Michigan State captain will play it on ahead left wing. Call tried to deflect it into the zone. Tapped it across to Smith. He dropped it back to Rowe, but he couldn't control it. Smith's got it behind the net. Near side Rowe. Bottom of the left circle. Steps in, shot save. Woolery rebound. Loose at the bottom of the circle. Battle for it there. Won by Camara. Tried to bounce it off the boards. Didn't go as far as he intended. And it's poked back into the corner for a battle with 8:34 to go in the first. Julian Johnson swings it around. The vacated right point. Anses comes in. Throws it down behind the net. Look out, it's loose in the left circle. Poke to the corner. Backhand shot sent wide. There by Rowe. Call and Camara go into the corner. Camara comes out of it with the puck, and it's chipped up the left wing. Oh, a good read there by Anses to knock that puck away from Kuhn. Kuhn's been good out there this afternoon. Now Strejecki back over the wing, and it's finally knocked away from him. The Chippewas have a little bit of breathing room as it's dumped in. Kuhn has been very good this season for CMU. The freshman out of Grand Rapids. Now Michigan State back the other way. A shot saved by Woolery, and it's cleared out. Hop, another talented underclassman for CMU, throws this in. Michigan State trying to break out. Not a ton of good scoring opportunities for either team, Michael, since that opening goal. Here's a penalty coming up against CMU. Jace Johnson's going to go for a trip. And just as I say, there aren't many scoring opportunities. Johnson's going to give MSU a good opportunity here.
Yeah, just a tough trip to give, if you're Jace Johnson. That's CMU's second penalty on the night, Reagan. Spartans back on the power play. They're 0 for 1, but looking to change that as they get into their offensive zone. Good defensive pressure, though, by Central Michigan. Be able to clear out the pucks when it's thrown on Caleb Woolery, and hopefully they can continue that on the power play.
Draw will be to Woolery's right. Morgan can't win it. Marsalo up at the point, able to poke it away from Siraki, but Morgan rifles this down the ice with 7:20 to go in the period and 1:52 to go in the Johnson minor penalty. This is something that CMU has struggled with, is that discipline. They've racked up plenty of penalty minutes. And their 64 are good for 11th in this young season in M3. Back up at the point, Verrier dropped it back to the half wall for Siasi. Marsalo controls in the corner, poked off his stick right to Siasi. The captain dangling around, dropped it back for Marsalo. He's got it. Circling in the left circle, back up top, there for Verrier. Back to the near side, Marsalo, too hard for him. He'll fish it off the half wall. Dropped it for Siasi. Pressured by Gilgren. That penalty kill unit out for CMU. Morgan, Martin, Siraki, and Gilgren. Bouncing puck left circle. Played up top Marsalo. He was unable to control it. Great play by Connor Morgan to force that puck out of the zone, but now Siasi steps right back in, and he coughed it up, and Siraki sends it down the ice. 50 seconds to go in the Michigan State power play.
Good individual effort there by Connor Morgan, able to get that pressure on Siasi, and Siraki able to finish the job by getting a much-needed clear for Central Michigan. Nearly 3/4 of the way through the Michigan State power play.
Here's Strejecki on right wing, feeds it back up top for Gangola. He walks the line to the deep slot, near side here for Decker. He's along the half wall. Feeds it to Strejecki, top of the right circle. Deep slot here for Gangola. Back to the near side for Decker. He's got it back. Up top for Gangola. He hesitates, fires it on goal. Save, rebound, loose in the right wing corner when it's taken by Strejecki. Centered it up top here for Decker. He's got it the left point, 5 seconds to go in the power play. Decker dangling in, shot saved by Woolery. Boy, he was way off his angle, but he was able to find that puck through a sea of bodies, and now Chase Johnson upended with a beautiful hip check. There by Gangola in the corner. Hutton, though, kept it alive at the point. Shot saved by Smith. He clears it ever so calmly to the corner. Hop back in the corner, battling for it. Clearing attempt knocked down by Hutton at center, but it hits off a Michigan State skate, and Chippewas will have to work back defensively. Hop dumps this into the zone. Chase Johnson, who else? None better on this Chippewa forecheck, able to rim it up, unable to keep it in. Now Fracassi dangling into the Chippewa end, lost the puck. And CMU is able to clear it back out to center. Under 5 minutes to play in this first period. Reagan Cleaves and Michael Rosenkrantz with you here from Munn. Battle for it in the corner, pulled free by Isaac Gibbs. Now Hutton's getting into it along the in the near corner with Burkhart. Meanwhile, Chippewas are away on a 3-on-2. Gibbs dangling to the slot, lost the puck. You'd like to see him make a pass there. He's got a couple of other men with him, and now Jace Johnson has to circle back. Gibbs took too much time to get out of the zone. 16 minutes gone in this first period. CMU trails by 1 thanks to Nick Verrier's first of his collegiate career. Michigan State winding around at center ice, trying to work it free. It's taken here by Murray. With speed up the right wing, he's across the line, centered it to nobody in particular. It's stolen away by Julian Johnson. He's got it up to Jake Bishop. He walks across the line to the near side. He lets a shot go, patted away by Smith. Juicy rebound. Bishop again sends it wide. Great opportunity there for CMU. Julian Johnson, though, far too deep to do anything with that rebound. 3:21 remaining in the first period. Now look out, a loose puck out in front, and a great save. Timely there by Caleb Woolery to knock it out of the blue paint. Woolery's had to make a couple of saves, Michael, here in this first period, and almost all of them have been timely. Here's another shot bouncing just wide, and another good opportunity there for Michigan State.
It really has been, Reagan. Woolery came out of his crease there on that last part of it for that last shot by Michigan State. He's really stood tall here today, and he's only in his sophomore year, but playing with plenty of experience, Reagan.
Well, part of that experience comes with playing 18 games, only 3 of which have come in this season alone. Now, Marsala working in, shots, blocker save, Woolery, rebound, it's loose out in front of the top of the crease, and the Chippewas come away with it. 2.5 to go in this first period. Connor Morgan absorbs the check, sends it down the ice. Campbell digging in there with Marsalo, takes Marsalo down, his centering feed knocked away. Handled here by Josh Smith. Up to the point, Rappoon kept it alive, throws it down deep, where it'll be taken by Holman. Holman, big reverse hit there on Siraki. Boy, Michael, this has been a physical game. We haven't really mentioned it. Now Rappoon's in well offside, and he takes a shot well after the whistle, and Marsalo is going to take exception to that. And that came well after the whistle. Rappoon had no clue that a Chippewa was well behind the blue line, and it's just a no-no.
Yeah, that is just a no-no, Reagan. The physicality has turned up so far in this first 18 minutes of this contest. These two teams have a long history together, and you're seeing that physical play already for both Central Michigan and Michigan State.
18 minutes to go. 18 minutes gone in this first period. CMU trails by one. Strachey's lead pass just too far for Verrier, and they go into the corner, and icing called even though MSU won that race.
Yeah, I'm not sure even about that one. Michigan State bench a little up in arms about that icing call. Michigan State clearly beat that race to the puck, Reagan, but nonetheless the icing is called, and it'll be a draw to the right of Ryan Smith, much to the detriment of the Spartans.
Draw to the left. Won by CMU. Clements pops it down deep. Gibbs trying to work it free, but MSU beats him to it and sends it down the ice. Now Maddox Grimes back for CMU. He's wearing number 9 here this evening, and it's another close icing that goes CMU's way here.
Back-to-back close icing calls in a row. Both Michigan State and CMU seem to win that race to the puck, Reagan, and it'll be another fortunate draw here for Central Michigan, as they haven't had much time in the offensive zone thus far, but hoping to create some scoring chances here in the final 96 seconds of this first frame.
Draw to the left here of Smith. Hop to dig in. Can't win it away from Garrick Smith, and the Spartans will control once again. Gangola swiveling around in his own end. Look out, Jace Johnson forced a turnover, but had his back turned to the play and couldn't do anything with the loose puck. MSU gets it back, and they look to clear it out here. Siasi moves it up the left wing. Ahead for Verrier. He can't beat Hutton to it, and they go into the corner. Strachey, his shot will ricochet into the corner where Hutton will flip it out. 66 seconds to go in this period. Now this will go for icing against CMU. This time no complaint from the MSU bench. They'll take that one.
They will take that one. Another draw in CMU's defensive zone. Central Michigan couldn't really capitalize in their offensive zone and get some scoring chances, so they'll have to look to defend in the final 63 seconds of this first period, Reagan.
Draw on the CMU end to our left. Face-off won by Michigan State, but it hopped over the stick of Wabenga, and now it's a race for it. Jace Johnson, he's got speed down the left wing, cuts in with a shot, ripped it high, and he takes a hard tumble into the boards, and he is slow to get up. Good to see him get up there, Michael, but that's a scary fall any day, especially when it's one of your top players.
No doubt, Reagan. Jace Johnson, again, so much speed down the ice, trying to create the scoring chances. Might have hurt a crossbar on that one as that hit iron. A very scary hit there into the boards from Jace Johnson. Very glad to see he's okay.
50 seconds to go in this first period. It'll be rimmed around to the near side in the Michigan State end. CMU looking to go to work, but Julian Johnson's pass to the point just too far for Camara, and the club president will have to chase this puck down behind his own net. Look out, they coughed it up. A big save by Woolery. Rebound is loose, and it's cleared. Again, Woolery coming up big time. Nick Kuhn up the left wing. He'll absorb the check and throw it down deep. And look out, the dasher board has come off in front of the Michigan State bench. They're able to plaster it back on for the meantime. 28 seconds to go in this first period. Flipped up the wing into the Chippewa end. Martin back there to defend. Loose puck scooped up by Johnson. Ahead on the near side to Kuhn. He'll play it out through center. Jake Bishop with 5 to go. Throws it on goal. Smith directs it into the corner with ease. Another shot from the left half wall. Not enough time to do anything with it. And CMU will head to the locker room down by 1 here at Mudd.
Physical first period so far here, Reagan. Good job, though, by Central Michigan after giving up that first goal to Verrier, able to keep them at a stalemate for the last part of this first period, and going into the locker room only being down 1. Good effort shown in the first period for Central Michigan. They have 2 more periods to try and turn up the physicality more and ultimately create some scoring chances down the way.
The difference in this one, Verrier, his first of his collegiate career for MSU, has the Spartans up by 1. We'll step aside and come back with the Coaches Show here on CCHN.
Welcome back to Munn Ice Arena for the Coaches Show, presented by Optimex, here with Central Michigan head coach Brennan Martin. Coach, coming off of a weekend series against Grand Valley, unfortunately not the result that you're wanting, but taking a look on Saturday's game, I want to bring you back to that second period where you kept Grand Valley in a stalemate to keep it 3-1 after 40 minutes of play. What did you see in that second period?
Yeah, well, I just saw kind of an extension of what had come on Friday too, where we were playing our game, and credit to Grand Valley, they're a really good team. They had 30 returning players, all guys with experience. So, I mean, they're going to go in when they're going to win a ton of games this year, and that was game 3 and 4 for us. So, in my opinion, I think we still could have played better, and I think we still had some opportunities that I wish we could have scored on. And but moving into this week, I like the way they played. I like the way they didn't give up. You hate that last 7 minutes of the game in the third there on Saturday where we kind of let it get away from us. But a 3-1 game against the national runners-up with 10 minutes left in the third period, there's no shame in that. That's anyone's game at that point.
Certainly is, and that lone goal coming from Ryan Grolo, his first career goal, not only as a Chippewa, but in the ACHA. How did it feel for you to see him get that first one on the back of the net?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch. I mean, he's been putting in a ton of work since he came here as a freshman, and he knows what I expect out of him and what the coaching staff does, and so he's put a lot of work into getting to that point, and I think it was big for him and his family to see him finally get that first goal. I know it's always the hardest one, so even though we lost, there's a ton of positives that you can take away from that weekend and moving into this weekend, but it was a lot of fun to watch him finally get his first one.
One of the big things that this team is mainly kind of struggling with at the moment is the special teams in both the power play and the penalty kill. Penalty kill did go 11 for 14 over the weekend, but the power play has been something that hasn't really been established yet or has not really been too hot as of late. What are your tips for going into that to hopefully strengthen that this weekend against Michigan State?
Yeah, well, 11 for 14 on the kill, I mean, in my opinion, that's pretty good. You shouldn't be taking 14 penalties in a game, but moving forward on the power play, we're not scoring yet, but I do like the movement that I see some of our units getting, and like the chances are there. So, they're new units that have come together, and it's going to take some time, but, getting those reps on the power play in practice, they had a good practice yesterday doing it, and then just moving forward to today, when you do get those opportunities, making sure that you stick to what you're practicing, making sure you're moving the puck quickly, getting the puck to that guy in the middle, and making some good opportunities come from it. So even though they haven't seen the results yet, I'm still happy with the movement they're getting, and they're breaking the puck out well, in my opinion. So I'm excited to see what they're going to go for this weekend.
You and Michigan State sort of have a full circle moment coming back in Munn, such a historical barn. You're coming back to coach against Don Headley, somebody who you're quite familiar with
back in Russia in your junior year with the ACHA All-American team, you actually played under Don Headley. Now to coach against them, how does that feel for you?
Yeah, it's kind of a full circle moment. I mean, I played under Don when we went to Russia. It was one of the best experiences of my life for hockey, and he gave me that opportunity. So it's always awesome to come back. I still keep in touch with him, very often, and so just to be back in this barn and coaching against him and seeing him still around here and kicking it. So I mean, it's fun. It was good to see him. I've already talked to him a little bit today. I'm sure I'll be talking to him throughout the rest of this weekend, and just excited to see him again.
And finally, Coach, what are your keys to tonight's matchup versus the Michigan State Spartans?
It's going to be playing loose. Obviously, you're in a Division I rink like this, and there's probably going to be a lot of emotions going around. So making sure that you still stick to your game plan and you don't let that get to you, and understand what's at stake here and going in and winning that hockey game. And then secondly, making sure that you do your job on the ice, whether that's a D-man getting the puck out or a forward chipping the puck in the zone. Those small things, I think, just over these past 2 weeks has really been a key indicator of what's been going wrong, I would say. Our negative aspects of the game so far is a lot of the small things, and they're very easy to fix. It's building good habits, creating those good habits, and maintaining them and sustaining them. So for this weekend, I feel like a broken record saying it, but you have to play your game, and you have to make sure you play it for a full 60 minutes. You can't take any time off.
Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That was Central Michigan head coach Brennan Martin. Stay with us. More after this. We'll get you right to puck drop, starting lineups, and the national anthem here from Munn Ice Arena on CCHN. Welcome back to Mun Ice Arena for the Coaches Show, presented by Optimex, here with Central Michigan head coach Brennan Martin. Coach, coming off of a weekend series against Grand Valley, unfortunately not the result that you're wanting, but taking a look on Saturday's game, I want to bring you back to that second period where you kept Grand Valley in a stalemate to keep it 3-1 after 40 minutes of play. What did you see in that second period?
Yeah, well, I just saw kind of an extension of what had come on Friday too, where we were playing our game, and credit to Grand Valley, they're a really good team. They had 30 returning players, all guys with experience. So, I mean, they're going to go in when they're going to win a ton of games this year, and that was game 3 and 4 for us. So, in my opinion, I think we still could have played better, and I think we still had some opportunities that I wish we could have scored on. And but moving into this week, I like the way they played. I like the way they didn't give up. You hate that last 7 minutes of the game in the third there on Saturday where we kind of let it get away from us. But a 3-1 game against the national runners-up with 10 minutes left in the third period, there's no shame in that. That's anyone's game at that point.
Certainly is, and that lone goal coming from Ryan Grolo, his first career goal, not only as a Chippewa, but in the ACHA. How did it feel for you to see him get that first one on the back of the net?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch. I mean, he's been putting in a ton of work since he came here as a freshman, and he knows what I expect out of him and what the coaching staff does, and so he's put a lot of work into getting to that point, and I think it was big for him and his family to see him finally get that first goal. I know it's always the hardest one, so even though we lost, there's a ton of positives that you can take away from that weekend and moving into this weekend, but it was a lot of fun to watch him finally get his first one.
One of the big things that this team is mainly kind of struggling with at the moment is the special teams in both the power play and the penalty kill. Penalty kill did go 11 for 14 over the weekend, but the power play has been something that hasn't really been established yet or has not really been too hot as of late. What are your tips for going into that to hopefully strengthen that this weekend against Michigan State?
Yeah, well, 11 for 14 on the kill, I mean, in my opinion, that's pretty good. You shouldn't be taking 14 penalties in a game, but moving forward on the power play, we're not scoring yet, but I do like the movement that I see some of our units getting, and the chances are there. So, they're new units that have come together, and it's going to take some time, but getting those reps on the power play in practice. They had a good practice yesterday doing it, and then just moving forward to today when you do get those opportunities, making sure that you stick to what you're practicing, making sure you're moving the puck quickly, getting the puck to that guy in the middle, and making some good opportunities come from it. So even though they haven't seen the results yet, I'm still happy with the movement they're getting, and they're breaking the puck out well in my opinion. So I'm excited to see what they're going to go for this weekend.
You and Michigan State sort of have a full circle moment coming back in Mun, such a historical barn. You're coming back to coach against Don Headley, somebody who you're quite familiar with back in Russia in your junior year with the ACHA All-American team. You actually played under Don Headley. Now to coach against them, how does that feel for you?
Yeah, it's kind of a full circle moment. I mean, I played under Don when we went to Russia. It was one of the best experiences of my life for hockey, and he gave me that opportunity. So it's always awesome to come back. I still keep in touch with him, very often, and so just to be back in this barn and coaching against him and seeing him still around here and kicking it. So, I mean, it's fun. It was good to see him. I've already talked to him a little bit today. I'm sure I'll be talking to him throughout the rest of this weekend, and just excited to see him again.
And finally, Coach, what are your keys to tonight's matchup versus the Michigan State Spartans?
It's going to be playing loose. Obviously, you're in a Division I rink like this, and there's probably going to be a lot of emotions going around. So, making sure that you still stick to your game plan and you don't let that get to you, and understand what's at stake here, and going in and winning that hockey game. And then secondly, making sure that you do your job on the ice, whether that's a D-man getting the puck out or a forward chipping the puck in the zone. Those small things, I think, just over these past 2 weeks has really been a key indicator of what's been going wrong, I would say. Our negative aspects of the game so far is a lot of the small things, and they're very easy to fix. It's building good habits, creating those good habits, and maintaining them and sustaining them. So for this weekend, I feel like a broken record saying it, but you have to play your game, and you have to make sure you play it for a full 60 minutes. You can't take any time off.
Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That was Central Michigan head coach Brennan Martin. Stay with us. More after this. We'll get you right to puck drop, starting lineups, and the national anthem here from Mun Ice Arena on CCHN.
We apologize for technical difficulties here to start this second period. 3-2, Michigan State now leads. We've got 9:20 remaining in this second period. Jace Johnson opened up the scoring at 1:38. Siasi got Michigan State back on top at 4:19 and kind of a scramble out in front before Josh Smith made it 3-2. And then Isaac Hop, in his first ACHA goal on a rifle from the right wing circle, made it 3-2, and that's where we stand. Michigan State back out at the neutral zone, trying to work around. Nifty play there by Fracassi, but he lost control of the puck, and it'll roll in on Woolery. 8:59 remaining in period 2.
Fracassi with a great individual effort there, able to dangle a couple of times, keep that puck alive. Michigan State doing a good job tonight of really protecting the puck, especially in their offensive end for Central Michigan. And I think that's a big credit to them in terms of, for Central Michigan, of why it's been a little bit more difficult to defend in their own zone.
Indeed, Michigan State works the puck back up top, where it's taken here by Marsalo. He works down the left wing, poked off his stick, and Julian Johnson will work up the right wing. The product of Adrian works into the right wing circle, drifting down, and a great poke check there by Holman to knock that puck away. Fracassi has it on the half wall. Send it across to the near side. Camara will chop it in, and Michigan State will hold it behind their own end. 8:29 remaining in period 2. CMU down by 1. Julian Johnson takes another punishing hit, and Camara gives one on the near side. Bishop hauls down a man. Another cross check. This game getting ever more physical as we go on. Oh, Camara broke his stick on the clearing attempt. Marsalo steps in to the outside. A shot, he just put it high, taking advantage of the broken stick. And now away comes Jake Bishop. He will cut to the outside, and a good play there by Murray. He hauled his man down. Chippewa bench complaining for holding. They aren't going to get it. Gangola rifles this one back in. 7:47 remaining in the second period. It's back out at center. Gangola dropped it off. Connor Morgan, he takes a massive hit and no arm up from the referee. That one looked to be up in the head area. Now Campbell stepping in. Shot saved by Smith. Rebound back in the right wing corner. It's cleared back up top, and away come the Spartans. Decker across that line into the right circle. Shot shouldered away there by Woolery, and it's cleared down the ice by CMU. But boy, the referees are letting them play here at Munn. Now Campbell causes a turnover, dropped it off in the right circle. A feed out in front through the wickets of Strayecki, and somehow stayed out of the net. Martin poked it ahead for himself, but Decker is pressuring. Decker forces a turnover from the Chippewa captain. He's got it in the corner, tried to drop it down low. Martin went for the hit. Instead, the Spartans have it. Burkhart in the corner. Lost it along the half wall, and away comes Siraki. He moves up the left wing, shoulders away Burkhart, and he'll go off for a change after he dumps it in. 6:33 to go in the period. Michigan State right back on the attack. Josh Smith in the corner. Hop clears it up the wall. Kicked and kept in. Only momentarily by Anses, but heads up play there by the Spartan forward. MSU dumps this one in. Grimes held into the board, centered out in front. Big pad save there by Woolery, and a shot from a sharp angle. And now Grimes will clear it up the wall and out. Look out, Isaac Hop's going to race after this one with Wabenga. They go into the corner. Hop chopped it on ahead. They battle for it along the half wall, cleared up to the point. Hutton turned it loose down the wall. Gibbs couldn't get to it, and it's cleared down the ice by MSU with 5:48 remaining in period 2. Reagan Cleaves, Michael Rosenkrantz with you here at Munn Ice Arena. Up the wing, Chase Johnson. He's got speed, drops it off to Gibbs on left wing. Centered it, but just too much mustard behind it. Now MSU's got numbers. They got a 3-on-2. Here comes Smith across the line. Dropped it off, top of the left circle, centering feed knocked away. And CMU will dump it down the ice. 5:17 to go, and it's far enough for icing.
That's a good play by CMU on the defensive end, able to get in the passing lanes of Michigan State there when they have numbers 3-on-2 the other way as they got caught in a change. Good clearing by CMU. It'll be back in to their defensive end. So Michigan State getting a far better tilt of the offensive zone time in this contest. And they'll get another one to the right of Woolery.
Draw will be to the right of Woolery here. CMU end to our right. They dig in for it, won by the Spartans. They rip it high over the top of the goal. It'll be kept alive on the near side by Marsalo. He threw it down around behind the net. There for Garrick Smith. He dropped it through the wickets, along the right wing. Feet out in front. It's loose in the bottom of the left wing circle. Cleared away by CMU. Marsalo kept it in on a clearing attempt by Hop, but couldn't do so for much longer. Marsalo over the line, shouldered away by Gibbs. Marsalo tried to find his man deep. That was Verrier, but instead it's picked off, and here comes Isaac Gibbs. He works up the right wing, cuts into the slot, lost it. He gets it back along the half wall, throws it across the face of goal. It was high over top of it, and a stretch pass through center knocked down by Camara. Bouncing puck, Camara hauled down his man from behind. Again, no penalty from the referees. Both teams getting away with a lot here in this one. Julian Johnson trying to work it up the right wing. Coughs it up at center, fires it down the ice to the Spartans. And CMU will hold with 4:11 remaining in this second period. 1-goal hockey game from East Lansing. Striecki couldn't handle the puck along the near side. Loose puck corralled by Striecki. He steps across the line. In with a race shot off the goal post. Rebound just put wide there by Fracassi. And now Kuhn takes a hit. It'll go down the ice and no icing the call against CMU. 3:46 to go in period 2. Kuhn again lost the puck. Julian Johnson forces it low. Kuhn to the backhand. Bishop tried to kick it on goal. If it went in, it wouldn't have counted. And it'll be held on to by Smith.
Big momentum shift on the other end. Very close shot off the iron for Michigan State. Central Michigan comes right back down the far side, makes a good scoring chance for themselves, and finally establishes another key possession in their offensive zone.
These offensive zone faceoffs have been key for CMU. Just about as key as Michigan State's offensive zone wins. They've generated a couple of goals there off of such opportunities. 3:15 to go in period 2. CMU trying to claw back from a 2-goal deficit. Already have half that. And now they got to defend. Here's Karskadian up the wing. Forced his man to the boards. Van Itterson's centering attempt knocked away. And here comes Owen Campbell. Fed it ahead, Connor Morgan near side Siraki. They're across the line as a threesome. Morgan flopped it on goal, deflected just high. To the near side, Morgan worked it up top for Clements. He's got it left point, slides it across to Martin. He steps into the right circle, a shot just wide. Rebound will come up to the point. Clements couldn't keep it alive, and Martin will pick up the loose change at center and rifle it right back in. 2:30 remaining in period 2. Here at Munn, CMU and Michigan State battling it out. The first of a 2-game weekend set in the Battle of 127. First time CMU has played at Munn in quite some time, dating back to the Chippewa Club Hockey Network. Back when it was Sean Bednard and Tyler Marcotte. Big hit at center. Spartans coming away with the puck on the near side. Here's Murray, a shot off the goal post again. Now Jace Johnson taken down. That is going to be a kneeing penalty. At least a minor penalty, if not more.
Big break there again for Central Michigan. A great deflection out in front for Michigan State off the iron. And Jace Johnson looks like it'll be a kneeing penalty on Michigan State. And Central Michigan is going to try their hand at their first power play of the game. Just with about a minute 54 to go in this second period. So this will take him through the second period.
18:06, the time of the penalty. CMU's first power play of the night. Campbell dropped it off from Martin. High slot shot was blocked. Martin able to stretch and keep that puck in. Great play by the captain, and it was forced deep by Campbell. Siraki pulled it free from the corner. Campbell dished it up top. Here for Martin. Slides it across, and now a penalty coming up on CMU. That's going to even things up with 1:36 to go. It's going to be a cross-check. And those are the mistakes you can't make if you're CMU.
No, that's a tough penalty to take, Reagan. For Andrew Siraki, you bring it back to that talk about discipline for Central Michigan, especially on the special teams. The power play has struggled. You want to try and get something established on that power play, and it comes to being back to playing disciplined hockey for the Chippewas, and for Andrew Siraki, a tough penalty to take, and again, one you just can't give up in that situation.
That's what, the third or fourth time in the past 2 weeks that we've seen Central Michigan get a power play, get a good opportunity to gain some momentum, and then they just crumple it up, throw it right in the rubbish bin, and they suddenly find themselves on a 4-on-4 because they take these penalties. You just can't do those things if you want to be a successful program. And right now, CMU has that opportunity ripped from their hands. Siasi in the corner for Michigan State, dished it up top. A shot deflected just wide. That shot came from Gangola at the point. Now Isaac Gibbs trying to work it free. Pressure from Smith. And he'll be forced to go behind the net with 60 seconds to go in the period. Will be 4-on-4 for about 5 seconds into this second period. Jace Johnson with speed up the right wing, just barely onside with Martin. Johnson tried to dish it back up top, but it was knocked away by Verrier. It'll trickle back out to center where Sam Camara will wheel and deal in his own end. He'll pull up at his own blue line, pressured by Verrier. He gets it to the near side for Isaac Gibbs. Gibbs will move up the near wing. Try to dangle through about 4 Spartan defenders. Won't get anything out of that effort. And now MSU comes back the other way. Flipped on ahead. Look out. Marsalo's going to race after the puck. Woolery way out of his net. There's a shot blocked in front by Isaac Gibbs. Woolery left his stick in the slot with 10 seconds to go. Chippewas narrowly avoid danger, but they're not out of the woods yet. Jace Johnson trying to work it up top. He'll get it out to center. Spartans will walk in, and there's a shot right as the horn sounds. Isaac Gibbs blocked it, and some extra words exchanged in the aftermath of that scrum. But boy, Caleb Woolery acting like he's at Soaring Eagle Casino betting to come out of that crease, and it pays off for him. We go to the break, 3-2 MSU.
As scary of a play as that was, Reagan, and as risky of a play, that was a very tight race to the puck for Caleb Woolery. He gets his stick on it. It's not kept out, but a good job by Isaac Gibbs, able to block it with a wide open cage, and that's the kind of stuff that you love to see when you're able to use the body to block shots for Central Michigan, and that's a big component as to why this is still a 1-goal hockey game.
3-2, 40 minutes in the books. We'll come back. Michael Rosenkrantz has the second intermission report for you. We'll take a look at the professional out-of-town scoreboard and recap the first 40 of this one. 3-2 after 2 from Munn.
Welcome
Back here
back
at
to
Mon
Mon
Ice
Ice
Arena,
Arena for the
40 minutes
Coaches
have
Show,
gone by in
presented
this
by
contest.
Optimax
Central
here with
Michigan
Central Michigan
trails
head coach.
by 1. 3-2 Spartans lead after 40 minutes. Michael Rosencrantz here with you for the second intermission report. Didn't have a first intermission report for you. That was reserved for the Coaches Show with head coach Brennan Martin. So no first intermission report tonight, but here for the second intermission report, and it's been a very physical hockey game through these 40 minutes for both MSU and CMU. Interesting on the ice, a few icing calls going both in favor of teams that are defending have allowed some offensive zone time for both teams, but MSU has been able to capitalize a little bit more on those offensive opportunities, and Caleb Woolery standing tall in the crease and making some particularly amazing saves in that second period, and the last one at the very end where he comes out of his crease to play that puck, and nearly the Spartans getting their fourth goal of the night to bring the lead back to 2, but Central Michigan stands 3-2 after 40 minutes of play. The goals on the night coming from Isaac Hopp in that second period, getting his first goal in his ACHA career for Central Michigan after he created a turnover, stayed with the puck in the far end, and wasn't really contested on that shot in that moment, and he was able to just sneak it right past the glove of Ryan Smith. So a good time for Hopp to get on the scoreboard for Central Michigan. And he's brought the Chippewas back within a goal, and that's where the Chippewas have standed 3-2. The pace of play of this game has been quick, but Central Michigan has been doing a good job of keeping up with that pace, getting into passing lanes for Michigan State later into the game and really breaking up their offensive zone times and their rushes when they get one. It's been a very physical game, and 40 minutes have gone by, and, there's some either way, but the officials letting the men play hockey tonight. That's where you stand after 40 minutes of play. Michigan State leads Central Michigan 3-2. Taking a look really quickly at the out-of-town scoreboard for you tonight. The Grand Rapids Griffins will be in action on Friday, October 11th versus Milwaukee, an opponent they are all too familiar with from a season ago. That puck drop coming at 7 p.m. Bob Kaiser will have the call for you on Wood Radio 1300, I should say, and 106.9 FM. You can watch it on the big screen at AHL TV. The Spirit will also be in action against the Sarnia Sting at 7:05. The Spirit starting off pretty well. They're 2-1-0 in their first 3 games, and last Saturday they played Sarnia, and it was a rout, 6-1 last Saturday against the Sting. Dylan Clark will have that one for you on the radio, 100.5 WSGW, and you can watch that on the big screen there at CHL TV. Your Detroit Red Wings are in action tonight against the Ottawa Senators. Last time I checked, it was 2-0 in favor of the Red Wings. Both of those goals coming from Marco Kasper and nearly getting a natural hat trick as he had a breakaway but couldn't get it past the Ottawa netminder. That's where the Red Wings stand as of right now. Marco Kasper looking very solid in the preseason here for the Red Wings and could be somebody to watch out for on the potential NHL roster for this group. Toronto came into Detroit a day ago. Maple Leafs upended Detroit 2-0 2 days ago. The Leafs will return the Red Wings will go to Toronto tomorrow to rematch against the Leafs. The regular season very quickly approaching in the NHL. Some very fun times coming ahead with that. You can catch that on radio on 97.1 The Ticket with Ken Cal and Paul Woods, and you can watch it on the big screen at Bally Sports Detroit. That is where we stand after 40 minutes of play. We'll get you back for third period action momentarily. Michigan State leads Central Michigan 3-2. Can the Chippewas make a comeback and leave Mon happy tonight? Don't go anywhere. Third period action coming up next here from Mon.
Both teams make their way back out onto the ice here at Munn Ice Arena. We are set for the final period of regulation here at this NCAA barn. CMU has gritted back from down 2 in that second period. They had a great opportunity with a late power play, but Andrew Siraki took a penalty about 15 seconds into that man advantage for CMU, and it cost them. They're now on a 4-on-4.
They're on a 4-on-4 with a lot of open ice, Reagan, and in a game when it's been both quick and physical during the course of this contest. Michigan State has had the upper hand in terms of offensive zone time, and those offensive zone face-offs for CMU have been incredibly key to try and clear it out, whether it's Michigan State going towards CMU's end or CMU going to Ryan Smith.
Yeah, and if you had to put two teams to juxtapose each other against each other, you would pick these two teams. It's been such different performances from CMU and MSU. Shots are 37-10 through 2 periods of play. CMU has just not been able to get anything done whatsoever on the offensive, yet they're still only down by 1, having scored 2 goals.
They are. It's been an interesting case for Central Michigan. Only, again, 10 shots on goal for the Maroon and Gold compared to 37 for the Green and White. And it's just been a couple of those instances where, Central Michigan has had those gritty plays. Isaac Hopp, with a good individual effort, able to create a turnover and just find a lane past Ryan Smith. So it's going to be all about maybe not so much of those wonky plays, but, go little by little as quick as you can. And when you see that lane and you think you have an opening, let one fly.
There you go. Central Michigan this season, when they're trailing after 2, they are 0-2. We'll see if they can put a 1 in front of that. Puck is down. We're underway in this third period. It's 4-on-4 hockey to start things off. But just as soon as that period starts, MSU is on a short power play here. They got 12 seconds to go as man was liberated from the box. Here's a shot from the right wing half wall by Verrier. Goes wide. 5 seconds to go in the Michigan State power play. They work it up top. Here's a shot from the left point. Snap just wide. Siraki, fresh out of the box, will try to bump it on ahead, but couldn't get it past Marcelo, who sends this up and out of play 31 seconds in to this third period.
Good job by Central Michigan to quickly clean up the power play there. Return to even strength, 5-on-5. It's a completely different third period now. And the game's been physical, so Central Michigan could be able to use that physicality to their advantage and try and outpace this Michigan State team who has matched them step for step.
Play back underway down to the CMU end. Isaac Gibbs charging out ahead to Isaac Hopp. He's got speed, already has a goal tonight, his first in the ACHA. Dropped it back, tried to find Jace Johnson, but too far for him, and CMU will have to dump it back in from neutral ice. Here comes Verrier. Across the line, steps in with a shot blocked by Sam Camara, and he'll play it up the near side to Isaac Hopp. This line out for CMU, Gibbs, Hopp, and Johnson. Shot blocked off the stick of Gibbs. He bumps it down low to Hopp, who absorbs the check, gets it free to Jace Johnson, but it's cleared to the point by the Spartans after a turnover. Camara played it across the way. Isaac Hopp tied it along the boards, and it's chopped back out to center ice. Garrick Smith with pursuit, and Isaac Hopp plays it to the near side. This is sent up the ice. Icing waved off. CMU able to tip it into the offensive zone. Gangola back for the Spartans. Moved it on ahead to the near side. Here's Karskadian. Across that line, a 3-on-2. Dropped it on ahead. Bouncing puck goes to the corner where Smith will play it. Smith and Fracassi. Fracassi able to pull it free. He's pressured to the corner by Hutton. Kuhn tried to flip it on ahead to the point, but it was intercepted by Gangola. His shot from the right point, blocked away by Woolery. Just over 2 minutes gone in this third period. CMU down by 1, and they ice this puck, so they'll have to keep some tired bodies out there with 17:54 to go in regulation.
That's the tough thing about this for Central Michigan, Reagan. They keep icing the puck to try and slow the play down, but at the same time, they keep that same line out there, and those fatigued bodies Michigan State looks to capitalize on. for multiple times in this contest.
MSU wins this draw back to the right point. Shot right on. Gobbled up by Woolery with 17:50 remaining. Another couple of ticks off the clock. CMU trying to complete their first comeback in the third period of a game this season. They battle forward in the corner. It's one back up top. Here's a one-time blast from the right point. That sailed just wide. Back along the near point. Kuhn trying to wrestle it free. Popped into the far corner by Burkhart. He got it to the point, but CMU able to clear it out, and now a penalty coming up on the Chippewas again. Interference the call. CMU back to the penalty kill. They're 3 for 3 today, but as much as you keep accumulating them, it's going to be hard to kill off more and more penalties.
It is, Reagan. The more penalties you take, the more opportunities that Michigan State has to try and set up something in CMU's offensive end. And CMU going to try and make it 4 for 4 on the penalty kill, but tough penalties to take, especially this late in a contest where you're trying to come back.
Second one in this third period for MSU. CMU, though, controls, shorthanded, and they'll just sail it down the ice. Those can be dangerous, especially if you get it bouncing on the goaltender before, but Smith able to handle that dump in. And MSU trying to work back out. Siraki hauls his man down from behind. No penalty call. Gilgren into the corner. They battle for it there. 90 seconds remaining in this power play for Michigan State. Tied up in the corner. Heck of a penalty killing effort here by Josh Gilgren, able to tie it up for a solid 15 seconds, and he's trying to go back to work here. Connor Morgan along the half wall, trying to chip it out. Gilgren chopping at it, can't get it free. Siasi in the corner. Wrapping around behind the net, dropped it off on the far side. They battle for it. Shot save on Verrier. Rebound. Siasi put it off the right pad of Woolery. Now, Morgan getting rammed from behind. How is that not a holding penalty? Marsalos fed it across. Near side Verrier. Referees seeming very capricious here this evening. It's back up top for Verrier. Sends it across. High slot shot through traffic. And Woolery saw it all the way. 16:09 remaining in the third.
That's a great individual effort from Josh Gilgren there. Able to tie that up for 15 seconds. Again, that's the kind of gritty play that the Chippewas have needed on this penalty kill. And that last shot on Woolery didn't have much on it as he calmly makes the save. Tired bodies out there again for Central Michigan, but only have 41 seconds left on the PK.
Face-off won by Michigan State. They work it up top. Strejecki coughed it up. Now Isaac Gibbs is away shorthanded for CMU. Bearing down on Smith. Snaps his shot, and he just put it wide. Great opportunity for Isaac Gibbs, but he just put it the hair's breadth wide. This is dumped down the ice. CMU will have to regroup defensively. 12 seconds to go on the Bishop Minor. Strejecki up the right wing. Across that line. He drifts. It sends it out in front. Shot, and they score! Joe Fracassi puts it short side past Woolery. It's a power play tally, 4-2 MSU.
That is a great find in on the centering feed there to Fracassi. Just gets it enough on the stick and roofs it past Caleb Woolery. Again, not much you can do about it there. That's the first power play goal this season for Michigan State. Central Michigan now 3 for 4 this evening on the PK, and Spartan has it back to a 2-goal lead.
Oh boy, as this goes up and out of play, that's going to be one Woolery will regret for quite some time. It's a shot that just he tries to stab at it with the glove, and somehow it goes by him. Those are the type of goals you don't normally see him give up. It's an unfortunate bounce there for CMU, and MSU is back on top by 2. Clements back in his own end will chip it on ahead, too hard for Morgan, and the Spartans will come back the other way. Up the wing, there's across the line, shot fanned on there by Rowe. It'll come behind the net and played up the near side. Bouncing puck into the slot. Murray throws it back down deep. Murray steps free. His shot blocked by Clements, and he's almost favored that right ankle. Took the shot off, but he'll go off for a change. Now Owen Campbell back the other way for CMU. Some nifty dangles to the outside. Rubbed off the puck and instead opts to take the body. Gilgren back up top. His shot seen easily by Smith, and he'll hold on with 5:25 gone in this third period.
Good effort there by Josh Gilgren, able to keep the puck into the offensive zone for Central Michigan. Tried to find Owen Campbell, who was making traffic in front of the net for a possible deflection, but too much on that one, and that's an easy save for Ryan Smith.
On the Michigan State end to our right. Hop tied it up off the faceoff, and Michigan State will clear it off the high glass and down the ice. This is going to be a race for icing, and Martin's going to win this one. Early whistle from the linesman. Martin barely had gotten to the top of the circle, but the Chippewas will take it. Another offensive zone here early in the third.
Going back to the offensive zone faceoffs, these are key. Michigan State winning the last one, but to try and get yourself back in this hockey game, try your best to win the offensive zone faceoff and get something set up quickly here and cycle that puck efficiently in the offensive zone.
Hop to dig in with Decker. One by Hop. Up top, Martin, his shot bounced on Smith, and eventually the Spartan netminder is able to flop on top of it. 14:22 to go in period 3.
Good effort there from Chris Martin. Not a lot on that shot, but it took an odd hop off the ice trying to confuse Ryan Smith a little bit, but as good of a goaltender as Ryan Smith is, he saw that one all the way.
Smith, the senior out of West Bloomfield, Michigan, posted a 141 goals against average last semester and a 949 save percentage. One of the top netminders, not only in the MCHC, but also in the American Collegiate Hockey Association. Now Hop hammered into the boards. Isaac Gibbs on pursuit for the loose puck. Beaten to it by Anses. He clears it up to the point, kept alive momentarily by Martin. He's unable to keep it in at the blue line, though, and he'll play it near side for Hop. Out of a tangle. Now ahead to Jace Johnson, and he gets lit up, and that's going to be a penalty. Interference, the call on Michigan State, as Johnson was nowhere near the puck at that point, and Spencer Anses is going to head off, and the Chippewas are going to go on the power play.
Lots of time left in this third period, 13:48 to be exact. Ansi is a little bit too physical with Jace Johnson there. Another key offensive zone face-off for the Chippewas. They'll get their hand at their second power play of the evening.
CMU 0 for 1 on the night. Martin up top, back down to Gibbs. His shot from a sharp angle skitters through the blue paint. Campbell back along on the half wall. Up top for Martin. He's got wrist shot through traffic. That was blocked in front. Hobbling there is Holman. Martin kept it alive at the point off a diving effort there by Siasi. Thrown around behind the net for Gibbs. He's got it along the half wall at the hash marks. His shot scores! Isaac Gibbs, a power play tally. It's 4-3.
Redemption for Isaac Gibbs, unable to get the goal on his earlier breakaway opportunity. Finds a lane at the bottom of the right circle on the near side and fires it past Ryan Smith. That is a good feeling for Isaac Gibbs with his second goal of the campaign, and the Chippewas slowly clawing their way back. It's a one-goal game again.
Both teams trading power play tallies here in this third period. They've finally broken through on the man advantage, and Isaac Gibbs has his second of the campaign. Now MSU right back in. They'll drop it back. Fracassi has it up top for Gangola. His shot through traffic. That was deflected wide. 13:06 remaining in period 3. Tied up along the half boards. Kamara got it to the point and out past Strayecki. He was all turned around, and the Spartans will control. Flip it up off the white kick plate and back to center. Pass ahead off the skate of Van Intersum. It'll roll in on Woolery. He'll calmly redirect it to the corner where Camaro will fling it around the boards. Too hard. Here's a shot from the right point there by Gangola. It went wide, back up top Strayecki. He's got it through traffic. Shot, save, rebound. Will skitter into the corner. Fracassi hammered into the boards. No penalty called. It's back up top. Gangola's shot was blockered away by Woolery. 12:22 remaining in period 3. It's back up top. Strejecki across Gangola. His shot off the end boards. Rebound near side. A shot. Save Woolery. Rebound. Willie Karskadian had a good opportunity from the bottom of the left circle. Karskadian gets it back. Wanders his way up top to the deep slot. He'll punch it off the boards, get it back himself, and flop it around behind. It's taken there by Fracassi in the corner. Steps free shot blocked by Karskadian, and it's cleared to the corner. Another opportunity for MSU. They center it out in front. It couldn't be cleared, and another opportunity saved by Woolery, and it rolled into the goal mouth, but the whistle had already been blown, and the crowd gathers behind the net.
Boy, oh boy, Reagan. Again, Caleb Woolery having to stand tall in his own crease. Not so much contest on those shots from Michigan State. You saw him go low slot there to try and get it past Caleb Woolery. Didn't really move in his crease to make the saves. A little extra shot. And Caleb Woolery is playing out of his mind today. Although he's given up 4 goals, he's really stood tall when it mattered.
The only problem for Caleb is that he hasn't had much defensive support. First 20 minutes, he faced 37 shots. And he's stopped all but 4 of them at this point. And up to that point, he'd stopped all but 3. Here's Isaac Hopp. Turned it over at center. Siasi ahead. A shot save off the shot from Verrier. Back up top. Murray unable to keep it in at the line. He'll take it and wind it around the boards. It came out loose to the right wing circle. Verrier after its shot was blocked in front. Right onto the stick of Jace Johnson. The speedy kids up the left wing. Across that line. Dropped it back for Isaac Gibbs on a nifty feed. Tried to center it out in front. Nobody was there. Isaac Gibbs has got to look for somebody in front before he makes a blind pass like that. Now Garrick Smith got around Grimes. On the near boards, it pops free into the slot. It's chopped back to the near side. Garrick Smith wandering down the left side. His shot was blocked. Rebound came back for MSU. Here's a shot off the goal post. Verrier had his opportunity for his second of the night, but he only found iron. Another shot deflected wide by Smith. Another opportunity gobbled up by Woolery with 10:26 to go in the third.
The opportunities just keep coming for Michigan State. Is hang on a minute.
Isaac Gibbs is going to get a minor penalty for the extracurriculars after the play. He's going to go off for a slash, and it's another undisciplined penalty by CMU. After the whistle, everything's calmed down, and you get a penalty like that. Just can't happen. You can't keep giving a team like Michigan State, who's been to the national tournament this past season, more and more opportunities on the power play. At some point, they're going to break through.
At some point, they are going to break through, Reagan. Central Michigan going back on the PK. They're 3 for 4 tonight, and this is a very key penalty to kill off if you're Central Michigan, especially these undisciplined ones where, again, quite frankly, these kind of penalties this late in the game cannot happen.
Especially when you're down by 1, and you've clawed yourself back from 2 goal deficits twice. This is won by CMU on the faceoff. It's sent down the ice. MSU will have to regroup, so there's a good start for CMU on this 5th penalty kill of the night. They're 3 for 4 thus far. Last one ended by Fracassi. Early on, look out, Caleb Woolery misplayed the puck behind the net. Great job by Gilgren to tie up his man behind the net in Strejecki. Reverse pass to the near side. Strejecki down the wall to play it for MSU. He's got it along the half wall, trying to work it free. He gets it down the wall. Here to Burkhart behind the net. Burkhart works it free, pressured by Martin. Lots of Chippewas around the goal mouth right now. Strejecki back up at the point. His shot through traffic, deflected just wide. Woolery able to find it and keep a pad on it, and CMU sends it down the length of the ice. 1:08 to go, and the Gibbs minor for a slash.
Good job by Central Michigan, able to clear the puck. Good traffic in front of the net, too, for both Michigan State and Chippewas, right in front of Caleb Woolery. And a good win to the race by Central Michigan. Michigan State has to regroup.
There's a lucky play for CMU. Spartan miscommunication, but it only paused it momentarily. Here's Marsalo up the right wing. The captain for MSU circles the zone. He's got in the near corner. Back up top for Holman. He has it left point, steps in, shot deflected multiple times out in front. Off of Martin and off of a Spartan in front. It goes wide to the corner before it's cleared to the near side. 29 seconds to go in the MSU power play. This is finally cleared out by CMU at the neutral zone. Morgan trying to step around Marsalo, got hooked. No penalty, and Morgan will head back to the bench. It'll be replaced by Campbell. 13 seconds to go in the Gibbs penalty. Stepping over the line, Holman. Into the near circle, a shot saved by Woolery. He thought he had it. It was loose, and it's cleared back up to the top of the circle. CMU's got numbers, but a pass ahead by Campbell. Intercepted. Here, back comes Burkhart. Dropped it off. Right circle, shot by Smith, and he scores! Garrick Smith had 11 goals last year. Gets his first of the campaign. It's 5-2 MSU.
Great shot there from Garrick Smith, and that comes off of the change, Reagan, where Owen Campbell gets onto the ice, but quite frankly, he's beaten by Michigan State, and Garrick Smith over on the far side for Michigan State, not really contested when he gets the puck. And again, that's just another goal that Caleb Woolery can't do much about, and Michigan State, again, back and forth, and they extend the lead back to 2.
Good clean shots from MSU in that short-handed break. That penalty for Isaac Gibbs, though it's not officially a power play tally, it certainly hurts the Chippewas. Coming just 4 seconds after the penalty expired. Now, Fracassi falling after the puck in the right wing circle. Can't get a shot off. Isaac Gibbs into the corner. Chopped it free. It's loose in the right wing circle. Picked up by Jake Bishop. With a head of steam, ahead on left wing. To Kuhn. Now, bodies fall. It's picked free. A shot saved by Smith. Rebound is loose out in front. And eventually, with Kuhn down in front, Smith will hold. 7:37 to go in period 3. 5-3 MSU.
Good transition there for CMU coming off of that 5th goal of the night by Michigan State. And looked like there was Spartan down the ice. Thought he appeared to be injured, but
Skating tying his skate lace. Not something you see players do on the fly, but he must have noticed it come loose during play and figured, hey, I'm on the ice. Why not fix it? Michigan State wins this defensive zone draw. They get it out to neutral ice, but Gilgren will flop it right back in. 7:27 remaining here in this third period. CMU trying desperately to get back. In this one, they've put themselves down by 2 3 times in this hockey game. Each time they've brought themselves back within 1, and MSU has re-extended the lead. MSU controls. Call, feeding it out in front. Comes to the point. Here's another shot through traffic, deflected wide. Wamenga had that from the point. 7 minutes exactly remaining in this third period. CMU down by 2 here at Munn. Now it's a loose puck. They feed it out in front of the slot. It's scooped up by Isaac Gibbs. Away comes the senior. We'll try to flip it on in. Caught MSU player with his stick. No call. And it'll be sent back out to center. 6:35 remaining in period 3. Here at Munn Ice Arena, and boy, Michael, it's times like this where you'd like to have Nathan Bottles in the lineup. Leading scorer from a couple of seasons ago behind Andrew Porzondik. Chippewas cough it up and send it back out. But Bottles has missed the last 3 games in this one. Now Woolery, it's loose behind him in the blue paint. It's a scramble forward and it's covered. Oh boy, Woolery had that go off of his mask and underneath him, trickled behind him, and somehow the Chippewas were able to keep it out of the net, and the Spartans unable to pot it home.
big break there for Central Michigan. A tough look for Caleb Woolery as he'll take a second to compose himself in his goal mouth for Central Michigan. Michigan State continues to bring an onslaught of pressure against this Chippewa team.
Caleb Woolery was not ready, and the net was off its moorings. So the line's been dropped it prematurely, and now we are ready to go. 6:09 remaining in period 3. CMU needs 2 to tie. Sayasi along the corner boards off the face-off win for the Spartans. Dropped it off for Garrick Smith. He has the most recent goal for MSU. He's hauled down from behind, and the momentum for the puck sends it out to center. Spartans rifle it right back in. Campbell swings it off of the side of the goal. A dangerous play by Campbell, and it comes to nothing, fortunately, for CMU. Smith back out at the Spartan logo at center. Ahead to Siasi. Tried to get around Hutton, but Hutton boxed him out. Morgan, nifty feed between the legs, backhanded to Hutton, and he'll just gain the red line and dump it in. 5.5 remaining in this third period. Grimes back out at center. Has it for CMU. Tries to fire it a rink-wide feed. It's cut off, though, out of the air by Verrier. He steps down the right circle. A shot blocked away by Woolery. And now a penalty coming up on MSU as Grimes got hauled down in front. Campbell cutting through center. Puck controlled by Siraki, and he'll just send it in, negating any possible delay penalty for CMU. And now they'll go on the power play with 5 minutes to go in this third period.
Not much time left in this third period, Reagan, with 5 minutes to go. A key power play for Central Michigan going up late in the third period. Central Michigan will have to try and establish something quickly in order to get themselves back within a one-goal game and possibly tie it late in this contest.
That's exactly what they're going to talk about in this timeout, Michael, and it's been a back-and-forth game. CMU finally has an opportunity with a power play. They need to stay disciplined, and they've got a great opportunity to pull themselves back within one with plenty of time remaining.
They do, Reagan. They've got to stay disciplined in their own offensive end. Offensive zone draws have been a key for both teams today. Michigan State having the upper hand at that, especially when it matters. So for Central Michigan, if you can keep somebody like Isaac Hopp out of there, who's not been that bad this game at winning offensive faceoffs for Central Michigan, try and establish something quickly and keep the contact limited. It's been a physical game, but you don't want to see any contact warranted for another penalty for Central Michigan. They have to keep themselves composed here.
They had a great opportunity late in period 2 before Andrew Siraki took a penalty just around 10 seconds into that power play. They certainly need a longer opportunity here. The faceoff will be in the Michigan State end to our right. Woolery will stay put in his goal. Rightfully so. 5 minutes a bit early to pull your netminder. We're just past the 9 o'clock hour. Here at Munn, 5-3, MSU leads. CMU trying to pull themselves back into this one. Campbell to Martin. Back to Campbell off the faceoff win. Back up top for Martin. His wrist shot through traffic, off the end boards. Rebound corralled by MSU. Clearing attempt, though, knocked down by friendly fire. Kept in there by Campbell. Thrown off the half boards on the near side. Siraki on the backhand. Back up top for Martin. He feeds it back down for Siraki. He battles for it there with Nolan Wabenga. It's pulled free from Martin right point. His shot through traffic deflected, and it carried off the end boards again. Boy, these boards are bouncy. CMU trying to take advantage. Campbell kept it in. Beautiful play by the Central Michigan forward. Campbell gets it back. The stick goes flying in the air. That was a Chippewa stick. Here's his shot from the left circle. And Gibbs shot corralled by Smith. 1:13 to go in the power play here for CMU.
I've never seen a stick fly that high up to the rafters, Reagan. My goodness, that one took a very wild ride. CMU doing a good job of keeping pressure on. And how about Owen Campbell keeping it in just at the blue line? He's really been clutch so far in this power play.
Off the tie-up, Gibbs has it. He'll trade places with Martin, and he'll hold at the left circle. Left point. Here's a shot blocked in front. Morgan's got it! Score! Connor Morgan has his third power play goal in the last 3 games. It's 5-4.
That comes off of the face-off just to the right of Ryan Smith, Reagan. It's kept in by Isaac Gibbs. Calmly gets a shot off on Ryan Smith, gives up the rebound, and Connor Morgan right in front of Ryan Smith, point-blank range, right place, right time, and your points leader for the season has just got his 4th goal of the campaign, and again, it's a 1-goal game.
He has been en fuego the last 3 games, especially on the road. He had 2 power play goals last Friday at Grand Valley State. This goes up into the Central Michigan bench, and he has another power play tally here tonight, 5-4 with 3:53 to go.
Connor Morgan has really been a staple for Central Michigan, especially on the power play when that unit has struggled. That is now his third power play goal of the campaign, a prominent scorer for this Chippewa team, and coming up big, inching the Chippewas closer and closer to try and tie it up.
Now look out, CMU coughs up the puck behind their own net. It's loose out in front and cleared. Going back to that point, Connor Morgan has 3 power play goals all season. CMU has 4. Here's Isaac Gibbs trailing up the wing. Had it knocked off his blade and away. Here comes Siasi. Up the left wing. Dropped it back for Smith. It's going to be offside against the Spartans. 3:23 remaining in period 3.
Good job by Central Michigan to stay with Siasi coming up the left wing, matching his pace. And again, you talk about what it was offside, so it'll be a draw to just at center ice, so not quite in Central Michigan's defensive zone.
What point do you think about pulling Woolery? 3:23 is a bit too soon, and you'd like to do it on an offensive zone faceoff if you have the luxury of doing it. Bouncing puck at center, played by MSU off the hand pass from Siraki, so no whistle. It'll be chipped up, and that one almost hit Brennan Martin. Either that or it was knocked down in front by Andrew Miller. Haven't seen much of Miller tonight, but he is dressed on the bench down below us. A weird setup here at Munn. You're more seeing it in college hockey where they'll split the benches, one on either side. They've chosen to do that here at Munn. Here's a shot through traffic, and Woolery off of the deflection in front. I believe that hit Camara, and he's able to find it and hold on.
Scary deflection there for Caleb Woolery, able to read it as it gets closer and closer to him. That's a big save for the Chippewa netminder.
Michigan State center is going to get booted from the faceoff here. That was Fracassi. So he's going to be chased. And in to replace him is going to be Jack Karskadian. He'll dig in against Morgan. Off the tie-up. MSU wins the faceoff. Back behind the net for Karskadian. A pass out in front and a good save by Woolery yet again. He has been lights out tonight. And he makes a solid save there. Under 3 to play in regulation. This is dumped down the ice, icing the signal and the call, even though it looked like MSU was the one that deflected that in. But the linesmen have a better angle than we do. 2:45 remaining in the third.
Spartans again get another key offensive draw here in Central Michigan zone. And this is where, again, the Chippewas have to help Woolery out should the Spartans win it.
Campbell wins the faceoff. He's got it ahead to Siraki. Caleb Woolery still in net to our left. Siraki's got it. His shot was blocked there by Marsalo. Tied up behind the net. Marsalo all the way in to scoop up the loose change. Murray trying to get it out. Siraki wheeled it in from the point. You'd like to see him maybe keep possession of that and hold on to it for the Chippewas. Hutton's got it along the half wall. He overskated it. Holman now out for Steger. This is rifled in here by Burkhardt. Around the boards to the near side. Camara absorbs the check, gets it to the point. Campbell trying to finish the clearing attempt. Can't do it. Puck squirts free into the corner. Burkhardt there to play it across the face of goal. Across the way, Joe Murray there to play it for MSU. Got it to the point. That was blocked. Rebound comes behind the net after a high carom. 1:52 remaining. Nobody for CMU grabbed that loose puck, and the Spartans send it the length of the ice. 1:46 to go in regulation. Chippewas down by 1. MSU holds behind their net. Caleb at the top of his crease. This is cleared out and down the ice, icing the call, but this will be called against Michigan State. Wow. Gilgren easily could have played that, and the Chippewas will take it. But an interesting call by the linesman.
Pretty preemptive icing call for Central Michigan to the benefit of the Chippewas. And Caleb Woolery is now out of his net for Central Michigan, 6-on-5 with 92 seconds to go.
Morgan, Gibbs, Siraki, Martin, Gilgren, and Jace Johnson out there for CMU with this empty net for the Chippewas. They lose the draw, though, and it's Strayecki to play it up the wing for MSU. Caught out there by Jace Johnson. Worked it free to the point for Gilgren. Martin's got it left point. Shot through traffic off the end of the Into the rink. Spartans clear it out. Look out. Nobody down there below us, and it goes up and out of play. 1:14 to go. Drone will be back in the right wing circle of this Michigan State end. Six on five with Woolery pulled. Chippewas need a goal to tie it. And we need a puck. It's going to be played back in. And here we go. Morgan to dig in. Same six out there for CMU against Smith. Morgan wins it cleanly. Back up to the point for Martin, but it hopped over his stick and goes out to center ice. Gilgren will play it to Johnson. He tries to feather it down deep, but it's coughed up Smith. It's rolling toward the empty net, and it will go just wide. Smith, though, beats out the icing. He's going to tie it up behind the Chippewa net. Martin desperately trying to dig it free. Gilgren, though, does. Plays it ahead for Morgan. Rink-wide feed for Isaac Gibbs. Couldn't play it off the boards, though. It's loose at center. Siasi poked it back into the Chippewa end. 3/4 of a minute to go. Back out at center. Strejecki trying to work it free. Got it free to Smith. His shot was blocked by Martin. He'll play it across to Siraki. Up ahead to Isaac Gibbs. 33 seconds to go. This is going to be deflected up and into the Michigan State bench with 31 seconds to go.
Great job by Isaac Gibbs in his own end to get the stick down and block that passing lane for Michigan State to ice the game. 31 seconds. Got to get a rush going here for Central Michigan.
Campbell digs in at neutral ice. Can't win it. Free from Smith. Gilgren, though, blocked it to the empty net off the post. Smith bidding for yet another goal tonight. He put it off the iron. Now Isaac Gibbs pokes it ahead. One last rush for CMU. 15 seconds to go. Isaac Gibbs in shot, save, rebound behind the net. It's taken by the Spartans. They cleared off the end boards, kept in. Here's Martin, lets a shot go, saves Smith, and he tried to clear it, but a quick whistle with 3 seconds to go. 5-4. CMU has an offensive zone face-off.
As much as offensive zone face-offs as the Chippewas had, this is arguably their biggest one of the night, Reagan. Got to try and be able to win the draw and get a shot off as quick as he can.
Campbell's going to dig in against Decker. 3 seconds to go. Jace Johnson is going to take the face-off for CMU. Going to try to win it back to Martin. He does. Martin takes the shot, blocked in front, and the Spartans hold on. Oh, and look out. We've got a kerfuffle after the play. Spartans are spilling off the bench, and Martin's in there with Gilgren for CMU, surrounded by Marsalo, who's got this big grin on his face. And the referees are finally able to break them up. And all that comes to nothing. Spartans win 5-4, holding on late. And boy, CMU pushed hard, but they just put themselves into too big of a hole here in this third period.
And that hole didn't really start at the beginning of the game, Reagan, but it unfortunately progressed through this hockey game, and that comes off of, again, some undisciplined penalties for the Chippewas that really put the nail in the coffin for them. And as close as the game it was for the Chippewas, it's just another scenario where you dig yourself a hole and just unfortunately cannot come back late when it matters.
As the teams go through the handshake lines, it looks like a Michigan State player has been sent out. We'll tell you about it more when we come back. 5-4 the final here from Munn. Chippewas fall to 1-4. Welcome back to Munn Ice Arena. Reagan Cleaves, Michael Rosenkrantz here for one final time. This time it's for the CMU Hockey post-game show presented by SeamishIceHockey.com. Well, 5-4 the final, and it was a close game, and there are so many opportunities where you feel like you have that opportunity to come back, to pull yourself back, and then Michigan State either goes down the ice and scores, or you end up giving up a penalty when you're on the power play, and you go 4-on-4. It's those things that seem to have riddled the Chippewas season this year.
It really has, Reagan. Whether it's just been not being able to outpace Michigan State on those times when they've been going down the ice, and quite frankly, again, you talk about those penalties that have really plagued Central Michigan up to this point in this season, and it ended up costing them tonight. And it's the little things that can be fixable, but it's a tough pill to swallow for Central Michigan, and credit to Michigan State for coming through and breaking through in the end. But Central Michigan able to match the pace of play for Michigan State for most of the game, and that's something very positive to take out of today.
Yeah, indeed. Let's take it goal by goal through this one. MSU opened up the scoring about 5 minutes in. Verrier had a nice shot. The assist goes to Siasi, and it's a 1-0 game, though Jace Johnson, who has been so phenomenal throughout this first couple of games for CMU in this 24-25 campaign, ties it up early on in the second period, and it looked like things were going to start to go CMU's way.
It really did, Reagan. Jace Johnson again has been playing lights out for the Chippewas these past few games, really showcasing his speed and his ability to get down the ice for Central Michigan and really jumpstart those goal-scoring opportunities that the Chippewas have so desperately looked for thus far in this hockey game. And when it's late in the game and your back's against the wall, you're trying to get as many opportunities as you can on goal, it's really those earlier opportunities that you look back on and think to yourselves, man, if you capitalize on that, it could be a much different hockey game.
Yeah, indeed. At that point, it was 1-1, but just about 3 minutes later, Siasi capitalized on this weird bouncing puck out in front that ended up finding his stick and finding its way past Woolery to make it 2-1 before Josh Smith made it 3-1 on an even strength goal at 8:11. And then CMU, just 30 seconds later, Isaac Hopp at 8:47 scored a dandy of a goal from the right wing circle, absorbed a hit, got up, and celebrated because why not, kid? It's your first ACHA goal.
And deservedly so, Reagan. He stuck with it that whole way through, forcing a turnover for Isaac Hopp, and fortunately for him, it was not a shot that was not very well contested by Michigan State. He saw a lane, ripped the puck, and fortunately for him, it ripped past the glove side of Ryan Smith. That's a great feeling for Isaac Hopp going out of this one.
Yeah, and that would set the tone for the rest of the game. It would be back and forth mayhem in that third period. CMU looked to have a golden opportunity to pull even in that second period, but Andrew Siraki, just moments after Murray had taken a kneeing penalty against Jace Johnson, takes a cross-checking penalty, and that sent the teams to 4-on-4 and would negate any opportunity CMU would have at the end of that second period to pull the game even. They would put themselves on the penalty kill early in that third period before Fracassi finally capitalized on a power play for MSU. And you and I talked about it during the game, Michael. CMU, especially in these close games, has a tendency to rack up the penalty minutes. This is the third consecutive game on the road where they have given up five power plays or more to the opposition, and you just can't win hockey games like that.
No, you can't, Reagan, and I think that's partly in why Central Michigan has struggled as of late to find a formula for winning on the road, is taking these penalties in moments where it really matters down the line, and it's something that Central Michigan can absolutely clean up, but at some point the Chippewas have had opportunities to try and maintain composure and get back into this hockey game, and ultimately just falling short because of those penalties.
Indeed, but as much as MSU's power play was involved in this game, so was CMU. Isaac Gibbs got a power play tally at 6:39. It was a beautiful shot from the right wing circle, just snapped it past the glove of Ryan Smith to make it 5-3, or to make it 4-3 to draw CMU back within one, and then Garrick Smith on a wonky play at the side of the net somehow got it past the netminder in Woolery, through the net, or through his defense, and made it 5-3. That came at 11:38, and from then on, CMU would keep pressuring as we went on. And toward the end of that third period, CMU got the opportunity with Connor Morgan from Isaac Gibbs on a power play. Again, another beautiful goal. Another beautiful goal that brought CMU back and seemed to give them life in the final 5 minutes.
It really did, Reagan. That was a good shot from Connor Morgan there just at the top of the blue line to get it on net, and Isaac Gibbs at the right place at the right time was able to clean up the rebound at point-blank range for Ryan Smith. You don't really see him give up those rebounds too often, and that could be a good testament for Central Michigan going into their future contest, and particularly against Michigan State tomorrow, is try and find ways to maybe get some rebounds off the netminder, and if you can have a Chippewa right in front of him, have him take a shot there.
Yeah, and this series turns around tomorrow. We apologize for the lighting issue. Our batteries are getting low, and so are ours. So we'll try to get out of here within the next couple of minutes. But 3 stars of the game, Caleb Worley, 55 saves tonight. Faced 60 shots on goal, 23 of them in that third period, and boy, was he sharp.
He was really sharp. It doesn't really show it on the scoreboard when Michigan State has the upper hand with 5 goals, but 60 shots on goal and saving 55 of them, that is an accomplishment in itself, Reagan, and that is a tough task for a very young netminder in Caleb Woolery, only in his sophomore year for Central Michigan, but he's really, really played tall as of late, and although this one goes down as another loss for him, he can certainly be proud that he faced a lot of shots thrown at him, and there were moments where CMU did a good job of helping him clear out those pucks when it really mattered for Caleb Woolery, and I thought that was a big key to why he was able to stop so many and keep himself composed.
Yeah, indeed. He gets our 3rd star tonight, and then Jack Siasi with a goal and an assist. Again, he played so well tonight. He's been a thorn in the Chippewa side for the last couple of seasons. And then Garrick Smith getting the game-winning goal, round out our 3 stars. So Smith, Siasi, and Woolery, your 3 stars here tonight. This series swivels to tomorrow. We're back at Martin Ice Arena for a 4:30 puck drop, 4 o'clock broadcast time. But CMU now falls to 1-4. They're back on home ice. They've been far better at home ice than they have on the road. CMU hasn't won a road game since November 19th of last season. That's an incredibly long drought on the road, but they've been stellar at home. Their only loss in their last 7 coming to GVSU last weekend.
And this is a really big opportunity for Central Michigan, to turn the tides back on home ice, get that home ice advantage in the refrigerator on Remus, as you dubbed it on the car right here. Very nice nickname, by the way, for Martin Ice Arena. But this is a good opportunity for Central Michigan to turn the tides back at home. You have a great winning record at home against Michigan State. Yes, they've been a thorn in your side, but it's always good when you have a winning formula going on at home, and you have the Chippewa faithful very close by there for Central Michigan. And this is a good opportunity for them to try and put that winning formula back on home ice that they're so used to, and hopefully turn the tides.
It'll be the second of a doubleheader here on CCHN. Men's 2 takes on Lewis University at 1. You can catch John Gervasi's call on that here on CCHN. We will follow shortly thereafter at 4 p.m. Before we head out, one last look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Sarnia, at last look, was up 4-2 on Saginaw somewhere in that second period. Red Wings are up 2-0 halfway through the third period against Ottawa, so you can tune into that one. That should be a close game down to the wire. Before we head out, we'd like to extend our thanks to MHTV, as always, for providing the equipment for us here tonight. We'd also like to thank Ian Drayton, who operated our camera here tonight, Joe Grogan taking photos of us. A few candid shots. We'll take a look at how they turned out here afterwards. I'm sure they turned out well, knowing Joe.
Oh, absolutely. Joe, one of the best in the business, and being able to provide us with so many great photos on and off the ice every day. We can't thank him ever so enough for his around-the-clock work here at CCHN.
More importantly, he took pictures of us, not just of us, but also the players on the ice. So we will. You can check out his Flickr page for all the images from the game here tonight. We'd also like to thank Stephen Lanksey, the general manager of Munn Ice Arena, for getting us set up here at Munn. A beautiful barn. It's been a pleasure to call this game, and I'll miss it.
I'll certainly miss it too. My first time here at Munn, it was a memorable experience for sure. And there's plenty more games to go, Reagan, but this one is going to be a special place.
Indeed, not often you get a couple of ACHA broadcasters in an NCAA rink, but that will just about do it for our broadcast from this very NCAA rink. We'll be back on the air tomorrow at 4:30 for the second game of this home and home between Central Michigan and Michigan State. Until then, my name is Reagan Cleves. For my broadcast partner, Michael Rosenkrantz, Ian Drayton, and everybody else here at CCHN, saying so long from Munn Ice Arena in East Lansing as the Central Michigan Chippewas fall to the Michigan State Spartans by a final score of 5-4. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful night, everybody.